What up, y'all?
Hey. Is that good excitement? Yo. What's a cool thing young people say nowadays?
They go,
What's good?
see, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm running through the back like whop.
Oh, that's Kendrick Lamar. Hey, right? No.
It is. Bust on a beat, both any rap. And she a freak, though, man. Damn, call an ambulance and them breathe.
Okay, that's
Huh?
now. Quote Psalm 3.
And Jesus said to
That's
Simon
definitely
Peter,
not what the Psalms
and now
says.
you will no longer be a fisher of men.
That's not.
I mean, you no longer will be a fisherman of fish.
Shut
You
up.
will be
Hello,
a fisher
people.
of men.
Hello.
In essence, what he was telling,
Okay.
what Jesus was telling Simon Peter
Okay.
is that they indeed are not like us. For more Bible commentary through the lens of the Black vernacular, you can register for our Patreon.
Anyway.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Hello.
All right, so look, it's been a while. It's been a minute. Partly it's mostly Bree's fault. If we just gonna be honest, let's keep it honest.
Okay.
We're not gonna be here quick. We just gotta say hi to the people.
We're not gonna be here quick.
We're not gonna be here long.
Okay.
We just gotta let's keep it honest with the people.
Okay.
We haven't recorded in a long time,
We
probably
have not.
because of you.
It's not.
Let's be honest. Come on.
It's definitely not.
Baby, let's
Every
be honest.
time.
It's 2025. Let's
First
be honest.
of all,
Let's be honest.
You were
Let's
like,
be
let's
honest.
do the podcast, and
Let's
I'm
be
like,
honest.
okay. Anyway.
Let's be honest.
I don't even know why I argue.
Let's
I
be
feel like
hon-
most people
I don't understand
the
either.
truth. So y'all know.
I am the truth.
Please don't sing. Please
Anyway,
stop.
what's up, y'all? Hopefully y'all been okay. It's been a while. It's 2025. We're going to be celebrating 10 years of marriage this year, so it's right to bring the pod back. It's been a while. We haven't talked to y'all. A lot to update you on. We're not going to do that today. Today was just like kind of just whet your appetite, let y'all know that we here. We still married. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all are like, oh, what happened to them? We still married. Yeah, we're married. Yes. I don't post her on my Instagram because people on my Instagram don't want to see her.
What?
They want to see me on leg day. Like, I have a fitness page.
Okay.
Like, why do I need to post
Fair.
her? But and
I
also
don't post it also.
and also, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Every time I post her and my son, I get
He
far
gets the
more
most
likes
engagement.
and far
He's
too much
jealous.
engagement, and I don't like it.
He's a hater.
I don't like it. Like, y'all don't. I lost 100 pounds. I post a picture, it's like 100 likes. I post her and my son, it's like 5,000 likes, 9,000 shares.
How
I'm like,
could you
what's
not?
going viral, millions of views? I'm like, yeah,
How
never
could you
posting y'all
not?
on my page, not at all. So yeah, a lot has happened. We're back here. I'm just letting y'all know 2025 is gonna be a great year for the pod.
We're gonna be consistent. Cause I'll hold you.
Can you
accountable.
close your legs? You just showing everybody your cat. I know you dress like a cat. Close your leg. Be a
I have
lady.
pants on.
But close your legs.
I don't. What? Okay.
Yeah, close your legs. They don't need to be. Come on, man.
It's pants. It's not like I have shorts on or.
It does not matter. You still got your
Okay.
vagina lips all just poking
Juan.
in 4K.
Stop.
This is 4K.
Okay.
I know we want subscribers, but this is not that type of.
We probably won't.
This is not that type of online community we're trying to build here. That's a different one. If anything, show them your feet so we can get some money. If y'all want some feet pictures.
Okay.
Anybody want to buy some sweaty gym socks? Holla at your boy. Listen, we're trying to
What's wrong with you?
we're trying to get money for Jay for college. Anyway, I'm letting y'all know this year ain't no filter.
Obviously.
No, okay, look, maybe it's a filter. It's just not a Brita filter. It's a different type of filter.
Okay.
It's gonna be a different type of filter. Like, it's like a natural, all natural, like sea moss filter or something.
Yeah, that's the filter is gonna be because it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
Exactly.
Shut
Do the math.
up.
Do the math. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to do the science. Got to do the science. Listen, we love y'all. We're so glad that y'all are still here with us, and y'all still rocking with us. It's a lot that's been happening.
Yes.
A lot of happening in streets. A lot of happening on the timeline. Everybody got something that's happening. They talking about their marriage, talking about what marriage is, what marriage ain't. People talking about living. I'm curious. I just want to know right now. Let's talk about it right now, just very quickly. I saw something that came up on the timeline, and and you saw the video, and the girl was saying like, a man was asking her, what is she? The conversation was like, should a man that you're dating see you without your makeup, without your, you know what I mean, your wig?
Those
like,
comments were wild.
should that be a thing? And I'm just curious, like, what's your thoughts?
I mean, yes, I was I shouldn't say I was very surprised by her response. Like, she was like, oh, he doesn't want to support your.
He don't want to fund your
I'm like,
beauty regimen.
Crazy.
And and as somebody who's just, you know what I'm saying?
Newly to the makeup regular wearing gang.
She waited till, anyway.
Until what? Go ahead and say it. I waited until what?
We was
Be
married
honest,
10 years to
you
put
know,
on makeup.
Yeah, because I was downtrodden and in the burrows and like slogging my way through. I didn't have time to put on makeup.
Y'all, stop it. I married you without no makeup.
I don't need it. So.
But hold on, stop. Women wear makeup not because they need makeup.
For sure.
So don't say I don't need it.
But you're like, I married you without makeup, but like I don't need.
So what made you start wearing makeup now?
I just have time and I like wanted to just like try a regular.
So
I liked like a blushed look.
I think that's interesting just because I think people need to understand that you go through seasons in life in relationships, because I married Bree when you were getting your hair pressed.
No.
Well, what was your hair like when you got married? When we got married?
I was growing it out from having it straight.
Yeah.
I mean, from having it short.
Yeah. So it was short, then you grew it out, then you cut it all off, and you were bald headed.
Yeah.
And then you had locks.
Yeah.
And then you cut the locks off. And then you went curly.
Yeah. Right now is my from locks to this right now.
And now you're wearing makeup.
On a more regular basis. I've always worn makeup.
That's cap. You haven't always worn makeup.
As an adult? Yes, I have. I've always worn makeup to some capacity, whether it's like, oh, I'm going to a wedding or like I've
yeah,
that counts.
Like, yeah, I've worn makeup when it's like
or like or if I'm going to church. Like
that's a good point.
What?
Women, stop waiting until a special occasion for y'all to walk out the house looking like a clown.
Looking like a clown.
Look,
anyway, first of all, stop. No, stop.
Because y'all do that. No, y'all do that. Y'all wait till y'all birthday, a special occasion, to go do something with your makeup that you ain't never done, and now your face is 9 shades lighter than your neck. And your face have never been.
Get practicing before you do
Yeah, like why you gonna wait?
No, I think for me,
you're going crazy.
For me, I think my makeup season right now is because my new job, I'm like going into office. So it's a new season. I feel like
you putting on makeup for somebody in the office.
Anyway, this is what.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay, you just say you going to the office, so you putting on makeup.
That's not what I said.
Who's in the office?
Anyway, I just feel like I am in a different season where I'm like, oh, I'm getting out of the house more. I want to like explore different outfits and just like it just makes me feel bright and airy. So
bright and airy. Y'all heard it here first, y'all.
Anyway,
she wants to feel bright and airy and put on makeup to go to the office. Anyway, so what you were saying, she wildin'. She like, look, if a guy wanted to see you like this, if you meet a guy and you got all this upkeep, you got the makeup, you got the lashes, you got the whatever, the boom, the bow, what they say, the lips, tips, and hips and fingertips. Shout out Pastor Lance. She got all that, right? Got the 22-inch bust down, all that. He's like, I think it's fair for a guy to be like,
I agree. I want to see you without your makeup, without your.
I think it's crazy to be like, hey, I want to see what you look like without all that. But I do think it's fair for a guy to want to get into a position to see what a woman looks like with all.
You should.
I do. I think that is fair. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying like you do it straight out the bat, but like
that's almost like
if you're growing in a relationship.
Come on, man. That's almost like if every time you went out with a dude, he had a hat on.
Yeah.
You'd be like, all right, man, like his Instagram profile, he got a hat. His Facebook, his LinkedIn profile, he got a hat. He just got different types of hats for different type of occasions.
It's double standard because women are No, I'm saying it's a double standard. Some women, it's a double standard from someone's standpoint. They're like, they think it's not okay for a guy to question like no makeup, but they also have the same equivalent, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
To your point.
I'm about to say,
like, no, I'm not.
Because if he had a hat on 24/7, you're going to ask him to take that hat off. You want to see what's up under there. You want to see if he got the little Steve Harvey fro, or which Steve Harvey he got. Is he Mr. Hightower or is he Family Feud? You trying to figure it out. You don't know which one it is. It's like you see the big stash, but you don't know what's up under there. I don't know. Listen, this year, I'm setting a line in the sand, man. It's a line in the sand. I feel like people need to do one or two things.
What?
The way the world is going, people need to do one or two things. A, need to say, well, actually, I think there's three options.
Okay.
I'm single. I'm not married. I don't want to be married. Stay in that lane. Go just enjoy singleness.
Okay.
I think there's the other lane of I'm single, I'm not married, and I desire to be married.
Okay.
So that means you date with intention. Mm-hmm. I'm not giving Lottie-Dottie and everybody an opportunity to come date me. Mm-hmm. You just got some teeth in your mouth. And you got a pulse.
What's option 3? What is where?
And no. Option 3 is. I mean, I think option 3 is, fam. I got somebody. Or maybe it's 4 options.
You're just playing around.
No, that option has to get out of here.
Oh, okay.
There is no good. There's nothing great that comes out of. I'm just playing around. Only thing you get is STDs and babies, bro. That's it. Just be honest. Like, you going and you taking everybody down, that's cool. Only you're playing Russian roulette with your life. Yeah. It is what it is. You playing Russian roulette, man. You playing Russian roulette.
You got some strong feelings.
People got to stop acting like you got to. What Kendrick said, turn your TV off, turn the TV off, turn your TV off. Stop watching what the celebs are doing and the ultra rich people. Y'all Negroes is not ultra rich. You can't do. No.
Okay. Sorry.
They're not. It's a small select group.
Yeah, that's true.
That can stop.
Anyway,
go settle down. Go build, man.
We have lots of things we'll be talking about.
I'm telling you that. And if you black, you can't be playing around out here. I'm just telling you that. Black community, we can't be playing around. You can't be playing. We can't be playing the games that our white brothers and sisters out here doing, because economically they're in a very different state than we are. We can't move like them. We got to get together. We got to build families, create foundations, and at the end of the day, we got to stop playing around out here. It's expensive to date.
I mean, it's expensive to live. So
yes. So go build with some. I'm on the bit. I used to look at. Listen, in high school, you know this.
Why you were yelling?
In high school, you know what I was voted, right?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Like, I was biggest flirt in high school.
That's right.
Trust me. High school, I was that guy. I was that guy in college too. Okay. I was the flirty guy. It was the guy who like, oh, I don't want to date you, but I just wanted to make you like me. And then once I found out that you liked me, I'm done. Like, that was the game. That was the game. That was the game. That was the game. Listen, y'all, I understand the excitement of thinking that the grass is greener. Like, oh, I got something here. Oh, she's cute. She bad. Oh, I got a good guy. But there's one little thing I don't like about him. They all crazy. And I'm not talking about crazy like crazy. I'm talking about like everybody has something that you're not going to like.
And it's the same. It's reciprocal. Like, you
100%.
got stuff that drives me crazy, and I don't know what I could do that drives you crazy, but I'm sure there's some things you have in your mind that make you think, twice.
No. At the end of the day, I'm doubling down this year and saying there is something wonderful and special and beautiful about committing to someone if that is your desire, right? This is not trying to talk people into getting married. This is saying, hey, I'm talking to the men. Like, she could talk to the women. I may have something for y'all women, but I'm talking to the men. Fellas, if you have a desire for marriage, if you're married, this pod is going to be for you, because I'm just going to keep it honest with you. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to give you my perspective, because we 10 years in the game right now. I've made a lot of mistakes. A lot. 10 years married, very rough years, and we still make it. Yeah. We're still here. I feel like we're friends now. I feel like we're better friends now than ever before.
Yes. I feel like we're actually friends now. I think there's a lot of years that it was not.
Yeah, I feel like we were forced. Like I feel like it was
I
some
don't even
years
say it's
where.
forced. I don't think we were friends. We were just married. Like we were in a marriage together.
Yeah. That was your perspective. That's one perspective. I guess she's telling me how she feels, but nah. I just think that like there needs to be spaces that champion marriage, because you turn on the TV, you turn on the TV, you read articles, you do all that, and everybody's like, there's no purpose for it, there's no benefit for it, there's nobody championing it, right? Like we are championing like a lot of stuff that like I just think is crazy. Mm-hmm. And I for me, and we have this conversation, we talked about it before, like I feel like legacy is important.
Yeah.
I feel like legacy is important, and the reality is like some of us like didn't have the model. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that's not me. My parents were married probably 20-something years. But I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that like you got to learn, and you don't learn until you in it.
For sure.
It's like, I don't care what it looked like. I don't care how great it seems or how great she seems. You know what I mean? Y'all been talking and dating for 10 years. Okay, great. The moment you say I do, you're going to really, like, there's something about being committed in a committed relationship that shifts your perspective, that says like, oh shoot, like it makes it harder for you to walk away. Mm-hmm. It makes it harder for you to just be like, man, I can't stand you. I'm done with this. When you've made that commitment. And I truly believe like this is probably the greatest self lesson that I've had over these 10 years. Like I've learned so much about myself and who I am. Mm-hmm. And the importance of like just introspection. Yes. To look inward, right? In order for this thing to work, like I have to look in. And hold on, so I yell at my dog. No. Down. So at the end of the day, I'm back. Yeah. I'm not gonna give all y'all my thoughts today, but I got thoughts.
There's a lot of them, and you.
It's a lot of thoughts.
With the filter on them.
We'll see how filtered I'll be.
I think.
Listen, we're gonna put at the beginning of the podcast, we're gonna put like a
disclaimer.
Disclaimer. You know how they have a doom doom dum dum dum.
Stories in this podcast.
Doom doom dum dum dum
dum. Some fictional characters.
Wow 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 wow.
You just need to do your own like music podcast so you can just sing. That's why you want this podcast, so you can just make up songs.
I'm telling you, the disclaimer is gonna be like, this podcast is not real. We are not exposing. That's what Joe Budden do at the beginning. We're not exposing, indicting, revealing, or telling you anything about ourselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home.
I've never listened to it.
We are not. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart or our own. Please enjoy us. Now we got to do something. It's gonna be something in the beginning. It's like marriage is for adults. It's not legally responsible for any stupid decision you make. We do not encourage you to go home and file for divorce. But if they crazy.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just kidding. If you're married to someone crazy, you may want to leave them ASAP. Nah, I think the whole purpose of this podcast, is for people to just learn from our perspective. Also for us to just share our perspective on all things relationship. We might dive into some culture things, but from the lens of like two married folks who are also Christian, who also happen to be fly, who also happen to be parents, who also happen to be attractive, who also happen to be like him and her. Like, I think that's cool. I think it's okay to have representation of like, oh shoot, these two people, like, oh, you could be married and also have your own identity.
Yeah.
An own thing that you like. Stop showing your.
I am not.
Okay, stop.
Oh my God. You're calling more attention than anything.
Well, yeah, because I'm looking at my goods being shown all across the internet. Close them legs. Yeah, you can be married. You can be fly. You can still be an individual and also like love on each other. Like I think that's all that stuff needs to be shown. You know, I think you can be a loving parent and also love your spouse. Like I think, and also admit that you don't get it right all the time. Yeah. We not perfect and we don't get it right a lot. Daily. I mean, Bree's not perfect and she don't get it right a lot.
Anyway.
Daily.
You are not.
But we figuring it out. And I think ultimately, you know, marriage is a lot of things. It's hard. It's rewarding. It's fulfilling. It's tough. It's difficult. It's beautiful. It's a lot of things. But most importantly, you know what marriage is? Marriage is
for adults.
It's for adults. It's not for little kids, y'all. And I'm not talking about in age. What does it mean? What does that mean? Like,
I mean, it requires a call to a level of maturity, because I think that, like,
ooh, say that again. That was good. A call to close your legs.
Oh my God,
He's not just yours. He's mine too.
A level of maturity.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that you have to be willing to grow into, because even coming into it, like I think one of the things I'm hearing a lot of, like, is people saying, like,
what are you hearing?
I have to get myself, like, get all my things together, get all myself together before, like, I go in a relationship. And I just think it's similar to me when people are like, oh, you know, we're waiting for the perfect time to do X, Y, Z. And I just feel like there's never a perfect time. And so I think, yes, you can, while you're dating, or if you're longing for that relationship, you should be working on yourself. I think you had said, like, introspection is a big part of it.
Big part.
But, like, the whole marriage is for adults thing is, it's like, as an adult, you're willing to do the things that you need to do in life.
Come on.
To function.
Preach.
To live a life, right? Like an adult
like
life.
Like it's golden.
Shut up.
Living my life like it's golden.
Anyway, so I just think that that's what the, like, marriage is for adults thing is like, you have to be willing to put in the work. And, like, I used to be like, oh, marriage is hard, but it's not.
You used to think that? You don't think that no more?
No, because, like, life is, like, there are just challenges, right? Like, there are just things that you have to go through. And I was driving home today and I was thinking.
What was you thinking?
That, like, I can do hard things. Like, and I think that I used to silo marriage out as, like, well, it's hard, it's tough. And it's like, well, I don't know if marriage is necessarily hard, or if just, like, having to learn yourself and go through the growth that's required to participate in a healthy, loving, productive marriage can be a hard thing. But I don't know if that's equivalent to saying, like, marriage is hard. And I think when you take the perspective off of, so I've tried to stop saying that, like, oh, marriage is hard, because
it's hard.
If you there are things, like, I love making things. Like, I just like to build things with my hands. There's the plethora of things that I do, but one particular is, like, painting and drawing. And people will see stuff that I've done and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, this was hard. But, like, I don't think of it as hard because, like, I enjoy doing it. I've seen the results of the work that I've put in.
It's one perspective for sure.
What?
No, I mean.
Oh, because, like,
cool.
like I keep all my sketchbooks. And so I look at stuff that I've done, like, 3 years ago compared to now. And I'm like, oh, wow, I can see my growth. But I've never, when people look at the work that I do and they compliment me on it, I'm like, thank you. And I feel like this level of, like, pride behind it. And I think, like, similar to having that same perspective with marriage is that, like, me drawing and putting in time and drawing, some stuff comes out ugly. It's like the nose ain't right. Is there's stuff is the proportions aren't perfect. Even though I've been doing it for a while, like I still mess up, but the amounts of times that I mess up are becoming fewer, and I can now see where I've made mistakes and know how to correct. And I think it's very similar in marriage in looking at it as like, if this is something I love, someone I love, we're going to go through hard times. We're going to have challenges, whether they're external forces that are on us that are out of our control, or just our own selves in the way.
Yeah.
But I just think like we've committed to putting in the work and choosing each other, that the challenge is just then the challenge, and it's like marriage isn't hard. We do hard things together. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that speaks to you perfect people waiting
oh my gosh,
I'm waiting in the perfect person, or
you'll wait forever. There's no such thing.
I'm gonna tell you this, there's no perfect person. However, I do think there are some people who are absolutely not for you.
Oh, for sure.
Right? And I think that if you commit to a person who is absolutely not for you, I think you will make your life a living hell. And I don't, and I think that I know, and you are fighting an uphill battle, and you are asking for God to do miracles
when you don't have to.
When it's like you're asking God for a miracle to be done when He already gave you a word on that person before you decided to engage with them. He's like, yeah, well, this person, like, it's not whether like you like red and they like blue. It's like, no, like, God, I want to serve you, God, but the person who I want to engage with, they like that's not anything they're concerned about. Right? And it's like, oh yeah, from jump, you're like, and some of y'all may be listening, oh yeah, well my partner didn't. It's like, yeah, well, go before God and you pray about it. But I don't think that there's a perfect person, right? So I think like the evidence of challenges in your marriage is not evidence that the person you married is not the person for you.
And I used to think that way, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because what you realize is like you start talking to enough people and you realize that there are very similar challenges that everybody's experiencing. Yeah. Even though everybody has they're coming from a different lens, different perspective, a family of origin stuff. So it's like, no, it's not an indication that you married the wrong person, but there are some signs that I think that prior to you, and I think that's why people got to spend so much time before they get married, like really assessing, like, why are you willing to do this with this person? Right? Is it what they have, or is it because of who they are?
Yeah, you got to be willing to have those conversations and like just talk, because you're not going to find everything out before marriage. I don't care how long you date, how long, like.
Yes. Controversial. I don't care. It's old school. If y'all having sex, I'm telling you right now, great sex can cloud your judgment.
Oh, for sure.
It can make the maroon flags looking greenish. You like, is that? It's like it has a slight green in there. Oh, I ain't never had nobody who do from the what? Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's true.
Look, if you really want to see if you like a person, you really want to see can y'all vibe. You really want to. Don't have sex with them. Through the courting process, don't have sex. I know that's crazy to say in 2025, right? Where people smashing left and right. They smashing more than the PlayStation buttons getting smashed playing whatever games Fortnite. What they playing? I don't know what the young kids is playing. Why? Spend some time dating them. Spend some time courting them, but also spend some time really getting to know them. In the absence of physical intimacy, yeah. Right? Like, because you want to see what does intimacy look like outside of the physical aspect of it to truly get to know them. Because I'm telling you, the way that God has created sexual intimacy, it is something that is so powerful that oftentimes it clouds our judgment on a person's character, tendencies, all of those things, right? And
it can make you overlook a lot of stuff that once you're married and like sex is no longer this thing that you
that's not for everybody.
Well, true.
Some people get married and the Trappists, they going crazy. They sound like a round of applause every night. Just
yeah, but now okay.
I'm just saying.
You get married and
Hey, grab your partner, do-si-do. Grab your partner, do-si-do.
you get married, and then this
What?
is the everyday. It's
Yeah. I'm just
you
saying.
have to realize what grinds your gears about your partner.
Anyway, so listen, I don't know what we was talking about.
Yeah.
End of the day, y'all. 2025.
Mm-hmm.
This, what we waiting on? You waiting for the perfect time? It ain't gonna happen. You waiting for the perfect person? They don't exist. It's less about, you know how I knew that I was ready to marry you?
Well, no.
Why you laugh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, say. I mean, we would love to know why you did the face. And
I don't know why.
do you really not know?
No.
Don't lie.
I don't.
We all can see your little faces that you're making.
That's just my face.
But why'd you make it?
That's how my face just does.
It was less about you and more about me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I think that I'm in a space. God, I feel like I'm in a space where
you felt like you were ready to be a husband, and it had less to do with about me.
I felt like you were the person I wanted to marry, but I also felt like that I was in a space that I was willing to do the work to figure it out.
You thought you were in the space to do the work.
I'm still in this. I was in the space because I'm still married 10 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it was like, yeah, I was willing to do the work. We had a rough couple beginning of the year. I could have at any given time during any of those times, it could be like, nah, I'm good. This is way too much work. I'm cool. This is not what I signed up for. I'm good. And at no point did that ever happen.
Yeah.
There were multiple times where you'd be like, yeah. And I feel like for either one of us, where like if we did that, a person might be like, I can see how you could have got to that point.
For sure.
Where, yeah, it would have been uncomfortable in group conversations with our friends probably been like, oh, yeah, well, I can see. Yeah, how you. But, I mean, at no point did it ever cross, like, my mind at that point. Mm-hmm. Right? Because it was like, no, I made this commitment. And ultimately for me, and it goes through my mind all the time, and I talk to friends who are married, I'm like, I chose you. That's a decision I have to live with for the rest of my life. I chose you to be my wife, and I also chose you to be the mother of my son. Mm-hmm. Like, I picked you. So if you go to the grocery store, and after you thump all the watermelons, and you're like, ooh, this one is sweet. Ooh, this one is nice and yellow. Usually I like darker watermelons, but I got me a little lighter watermelon. You know what I'm saying? This is like a actually this is not even a watermelon. It's a honeydew. Okay, a little honeydew, and you go home and you slice that thing up, and that thing is about as sour as a Sour Patch Kid. Well, guess what? You picked that. Didn't nobody force you out of all the honeydews?
Okay, we get it.
I bought the honeydew. Okay. I got the honeydew, and now I'm doing honeydews. See how that worked? See how that worked? But at the end of the day, I chose you. Yeah. So that's the decision I got to live with. If I got to eat that L, I got to take that L. It is what it is. That's part of it. So when I tell dudes like, man up, it's like, bro, this is a decision you made. Nobody forced you to marry that woman.
Well, and I think that if you would have showed any signs of wavering, like in the beginning, like, nah, I don't want to do that, I definitely would have took that and run. Like, but I honestly think that that's what kept us together, because like if there was a twinkling of you saying like, you right, this ain't it, I would have gone.
Well, you still here.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you stuck with me.
I'm not stuck with you.
You stuck with me.
I'm not.
You are privileged to do life with me.
I'm not stuck with you.
You are privileged to do life with me. Say it. Say, I am privileged to do. Why is that so hard? Like,
I'm not saying it's hard.
It's a blessing.
It is a blessing for us to do life together. Yes.
No, that's not what I said. It is a blessing
what
for
I
you
said.
to do life with me.
Okay.
I picked you, little cantaloupe.
Anyway, didn't you have a segment you wanted to do?
No, there's no
of
segments today.
Questions? Okay.
Nope. So look, y'all, I'm considering changing the name of the podcast
Mm-hmm.
and rebranding. I don't know what I'm going to change it to, but y'all let us know in the comments somewhere, wherever this video is posted. Whatever y'all think. What's your thoughts? What do you think? No, don't give me no names.
I wasn't going to give you any
Okay.
names.
Anything else you want to share with them before we go?
Not really. 10 years. We could use some ideas on 10-year anniversary things, I guess.
I want to do a lot this year. I want to do a live podcast episode this year.
Live, like.
Live,
People-
like there's people
Oh, my.
out in the audience. I would love to do possibly like maybe a live podcast episode / like couples date night.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And then maybe have some guests this year.
We will definitely have guests. I didn't say should. We will.
We will. I want to have some single people up here who's just shacking.
Oh, my gosh.
So that we can ask you why you still shacking and why you haven't. And maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we can help somebody, you know what I mean? I got big ideas. Like maybe we can help somebody who want to get married to like finally like, you know what I mean? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean.
All right. She's not excited about it.
I thought the dog was going to bark, so I was just pausing so you could edit.
Yeah.
Better.
All right, y'all. Well, appreciate y'all. Listen, these episodes not going to be super long, but hopefully we'll be more committed. I mean, hopefully Bree will be more committed and we'll do this more consistently because I have no problem doing content. I just,
every time he
can't do
asks
this
me
by
to
myself, so.
record, I say yes, and then he's like, "I'm going to the gym."
That's not the truth.
So
I'm going to the gym after we record, but we're recording first. All right, y'all. Peace. Hey,
Bye.
listen. She said marriage is not hard. That's fine. Marriage is hard. Marriage is fulfilling. Marriage is challenging, but it's also pretty damn amazing. But most importantly, it's a lot of different things. But marriage is
For adults
for adults.
until they
Marriage
change.
is not for adults. That's a different thing. We call that something else.
Until he calls this podcast something else. So,
Marriage for adults. You get it?
bye, y'all.
Marriage of 4 adults.
Bye.
Bye.